Okay, hi guys. This is how to find and build comps. So just starting off, this is what my comps look like. This is the most recent detailed comp page that I did for my last listing at 108 Jackson. So this is what I sat down and had at the end of my listing presentation. So we're just gonna go right away. So at the top, at the time, these are all of the active properties. I have their approximate square feet. I have their price per square foot, and then their price that they're listed at. And then down here is the average price per square foot. And you can do the average of all of these down. So here is the average asking price, okay? $1,047,222. All right. Next is the under contract. Which again I broke down. And you're gonna see I only have 3 in each category because we're only going back 3 to 4 months because that's how fast our property is. Anything more than that really isn't a comp. Okay, so all of these are what we're currently under contract. Again, you can see that approximate square footage, the price per square foot. The average was $619. And their asking prices were these different numbers. All right, these were the most recent solds. Okay, the approximate square feet here. The average price per square foot was $740, and the average asking price was 1.175, whatever that is. And the average sold was this amount. So what I like to do in here is sometimes I will show how much over or under the property is sold. So you can see here, this one was $1,179,000 and it sold for $1,142,000. And it was on the MLS for 210 days. So obviously that one was overpriced. So that's just generally how you can figure it out. So then based on that, I have my home down here. So their square footage was 1,891 square feet. So based on the average price per square foot, we got 740, we got 640, 40, and 619. We're gonna price it around like 640 a square foot, right? So you figure that out. For this one, I ended up listing it at $1,199,000. And everybody told me in the office that it was underpriced, but it ended up selling for $21,000 over asking. Their target price that they wanted to get was $1,225,000. That's the price that they said it would be happy. And I sold it for $1,221,000. So they were pretty happy with me. And in pricing it right with the square footage and all of that, I was able to get multiple offers. One of the things that we have to look at is the properties. This was proof for them. This property on Jackson Street as well was overpriced and was on the market for 210 days. This one was on the market for 131 days. So why were they on there so much? Things aren't moving as quickly. I ended up selling this property. It was on the MLS. It ended up showing for longer than it really was, for 5 days. So, and it was the highest price that it sold. And a lot of these ones ended up dropping their price that were active, and also, this one dropped its price and did the pricing strategies in accordance to what I had done. Okay, so we're gonna make these. The other thing that I do is I will put, okay, at 740 square foot, this is what the price would be. Blah, 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 blah. But my people are pretty smart, so I didn't break it down that way. But I also asked them, so based on all of this information, what do you think your property should sell at? And you can give, Cora just did this and it worked. You give 3 different options as well, all of which that would sell the property. Okay? If they say something way above, then they're not being realistic. Oh no, I could have swore I was logged into the MLS. Sorry guys. So Right now, you're going to watch me struggle with the MLS and logging in. Sorry about that. So right now I'm actually going to be building comps for a property that my client put in sight unseen last week. They did not accept his offer that was $41,000 over asking. So now I'm going to the open house tomorrow. We know there are going to be multiple offers, but the other kick in the pants is that his parents are coming along. Parents can be helpful, but most of the time they're deal breakers because they can't understand why you would pay $600,000 for a small apartment that has no light or whatever it is. So I also have to prove to his parents that it is worth what I'm saying it's worth. And a property is only worth how much somebody is willing to pay for it. Okay, so the property that we're going to look at is a condo. Okay, so I'm going to pull up all the active condos, and you're going to see when I pull it up, we're going to say between, okay, you can just understand why I'm doing this. And then it's Hoboken. So I want the active ones because I'm going to do all of the active, okay? And I want to do the square footage has to be at least 850 because our square footage, look at how that number jumped down from 9 to 12, okay? So now I have 4 right here. My property should hopefully be in here. So this is the property that we're looking at tomorrow. Beautiful, right? So it was listed at 549 and we offered 590. So now what we're going to do is build the comps. So this looks beautiful. It's wonderful. I'm going to select it. It's our subject property. The next one is 229 Grand Street. It's temporarily off the market. It was on the market for 122 days, but that's great because it's still a pretty good comparable one to us. Let's look at the pictures. Yeah, it's nice. This one looks like it could also be a ground floor apartment, which is less desirable. So that is a plus for me in convincing that the pricing is good. What's not good for me is that it's been on the market for 122 days. So that means it's probably gonna sell for less than that, but it's only 865 square feet. So yeah, you can be a comp because our property is 1,030 feet. So when we're looking at the price per square foot, that's important, okay? And then we're gonna look at Clinton Street, 807 Clinton Street. Yeah, it's a comp. Now this one does have parking, so that makes it a little bit nicer. It has 2 bedrooms, which is kind of not great for us. So this one, I'm going to say really isn't a comp. Oh, maybe it is just 1 bed. Okay. All right, we'll throw it in there. So I've selected this one too. So now I've selected them. You can see, oh, we got another one. Let's look at 509 Madison. Oh, this one's definitely a comp. It's got the spiral stairs. It's been on the market for 102 days. It's overpriced. You can tell that because it's been on the market for that long. But again, we'll use it. It's a big space, but people don't really want to spend that. Okay. We'll just throw it in there. Actually, and I take it back, I'm not going to use 1,300 right now in this. So now I'm going to put these into Excel sheet. So you hit export to CSV. Okay. And I have the selected 3 listings. You hit export. And Bob's your uncle. I don't know why it's called Land Voice Hot Sheet. It's how I saved it at one point. So now when you look, all of the information is there for me. Okay, so those are my actives. Now I'm going to go in and do it again I'm going to go out of here. I'm going to change it from active to under contract. So we've got 6 under contract. That's amazing for us. So let's look at these. Ooh. So the Hoboken itself is very different. The properties that are around First Street in Jackson are considered different than ones by like in the 1300s, you know, by 14th Street and all of that. So let's just look at this one. This one's not as nice. It's smaller. It's $549,000. This might be a good one to show the parents. I am going to email all of these as well so I can pull them up on a laptop so that the parents can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to throw it in there. Okay, this one's great. This one we love. It's got great light. It's been on the market 3 days. And it's $575,000. It's closer to my property that we're looking at. And it had multiple offers. So we can assume it did go over asking. It's 856 square feet. Let's look at this bad boy. Oh, it's wonderful. It's smaller. That, my friend, is the comp we needed. It doesn't have parking. You know what? I'm going to go back and get rid of this one. I don't like you anymore. That's a fun thing about building comps. As you see better things, you weed them out. Obviously, I'm doing this off the cuff for you guys. So this one makes me very happy. This one shows my buyer that him making an offer, because his main concern was that he was going to miss out on money. Or, you know, he's paying too much for a property. But if other people are paying it too, then that's what it's worth. And that means that this is going to be a great comp for him when his is looking at appraisals. 228 Jefferson Street. It's on the market 35 days, so it probably went asking or a little bit below. You can always find this stuff out. This one's really nice too. It's smaller as well. Oh, that's a horrible picture. These pictures never look good. If I see you guys using these in your listings, just know I'm barfing in my mouth. Okay, this one is a comp. It's under contract. Again, we don't know how long it's going to be on the market for. I mean, what it's going to sell for, because we don't see the sale price until it's closed, but that's a great comp. All right, 610 Newark, that's not a comp. It's under contract, $599, 925 square feet. We do like that, but this is a full service building. It has a gym, it has parking. So we don't count that one. And this one, 76 Jackson Street, not quite over in the same area, but this was $625,000. I'm going to throw this one in just to show his parents and him that there are 1 bedrooms, and he hates Jackson Street. So the fact that something would sell on a street that he hates, you know, probably over asking, because it's, you know, 5 days on the market, 5. So this one it's big. It's not as cool. And it has a parking spot. So we could take into account, let's say $25,000 off for the parking spot. Okay. It's pretty baller. So now back. Now look, I again have 3 properties. Oh wait, I didn't look at 1021 Grand Street. Okay. This was on the market 8 days, 900 square feet. That's another great comp. Now I'm doing this for a buyer because he can't make his mind up that I told you. I want to prove to him that it is worth what it says it's worth. See, this is where this one is not a comp because it is 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. Okay, so I'm not including that one. Damn it. Let me just make sure. Oh, shit, that was a 2-bed too. Okay. Okay. That's a 2. There's that's a 2 as well. They're killing me. This is a 2 as well. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, crumb. Okay, right now I don't have any under contract. This is why you review your information as well. You get to see me fail forward. Isn't that great? So I don't have any under contracts that are close. And now, because I just made the mistake of having 2 bedrooms, I'm going to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And so now I have it sold, and I made it so it can't have any more than 1 bedroom. Now, here's where you do your times, because the closing date, I want it in the last, well, for this, we're going to go back the last 4 months, because I don't have that many comps. So now we've got 4. Okay, fingers crossed, guys. Let's see what we got. All right. So this one sold 910 square feet, 1 bedroom. It's sold at list price on the market for, okay. This one, it has a car and it has a full service building, but we're going to include it because it's near where he lives. And he knows the building, so I can prove that things are selling right now at just under $600,000. I mean, that's really all I can work off of right now. 300 Newark is on the market for 8 days. It went $10,000 over asking. That's amazing. Again, checking our information. So this one was sold in our office, which is great. So I can get more information. I did actually speak to Pam Kalmus about this property. So I believe it did appraise, but they were worried about it. So this will help ours to appraise as well. This one's, again, not as nice, and it's smaller than our property, but it is our comp. So now I have to convince them that it's worth it to pay basically $70,000 more for their property. But what I say to them, it's only worth it if you can afford to not. If it's not worth it if you can, yeah. Only if you can afford it, and only if it makes sense to you. Like if he's gonna be sad because he missed out on it over $5,000, then okay. I think it's ridiculous that they didn't actually accept his offer because it was a solid offer. So I'm hitting export again. So see this, how it went into a new one. It's a little annoying. So I take it. I go like this. I go like this. Yeah. Right there, yeah. So now they're all in one thing. So then I'm gonna go back in and go back to active and just pull up his property again. Let's make sure. Export to CSV. Export. So now it's the 46. All right, and then I'm putting it here. And now it's pretty much done. That's like really the easiest way to do it. Now I get rid of the listing office number and make that the price per square foot. You guys should all know how to find price per square foot. Just in case you don't, you take the list price and divide it by the approximate square footage. Okay, I do that. I like to find the averages, and I like to see all that and have that so that I can basically say. he will be overpaying according to the market if he gets it for $600,000, but it will then set the comps for all the other ones that come out on the market. It is a very rare property. So we'll see what happens. They could accept his original offer of $590 or not. But now I am prepared to speak with him and his parents. All right? I hope that was helpful and that you understand how to do it. The other solid thing that you want to make sure of is when you do a page setup, you always want to have it on landscape. Okay. So now you can see I'm on 2 pages, landscape, so you want to make it fit in so it fits on 1 page if possible. All right, and that is it. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace.